What is going on, guys? My name is PokeTom and welcome back to another video review, whatever this video is. 2000 to 2010, it was a strange era on television. We had the peak prime era of kids television shows. We had whatever this is. And we had shows consisting of the question, what will you put yourself through for a little bit of money? We had shows like Fear Factor.
Oh my God!
101 Ways to Leave a Game Show.
Choose just one wrong answer.
The wrong answer is...
And you're gone.
This one that you guys probably haven't heard about called Downfall.
All our contestant has to do is answer the questions before the prizes do this.
Yeah, America's just really weird with the whole concept of their game shows. But I recently fell down a rabbit hole of one particular 2000s game show that was a little bit, how do I say this? Extreme. I guess really the only way to describe it is to show this absolute nightmare of an intro.
This is the chamber. Once someone enters, there is no turning back. Tonight, within these steel walls, human endurance will be taken to its very limits. Participants will be subjected to unbearable environments and incredible physical stress. Scorching heat, sub-zero cold, and hurricane force winds.
2000 to 2010. People were a whole lot more ballsy back then. People would do this shit. People would do so much for a little bit of money. And when I say a little bit of money, we're going to get into that later. But trust me, when I say it was a pitiful little bit amount of money, it truly was. If
anyone can make it through all 7 levels, they could walk away with more than $100,000. Will it be worth it? Welcome to the chamber.
Will it be worth it? Nah, I don't really think so. Maybe a little bit more money would be worth it, but no, I really don't think so. My favorite part about this game show is that they don't even beat around the bush with how awful the premise is and how insane it actually is. Just listen to the way the host, Rick Schwartz, describes it.
Behind me is the chamber, and everything you've heard about it is true. Contestants who make it into this steel hellhole will endure extreme physical and mental stress. All the while, they must keep their wits about them and try to answer rapid-fire questions.
So this game show is, believe it or not, called The Chamber. I think they might have missed one little word right between the and chamber. Yep, there it is, torture chamber. It's basically what if a saw trap was put into our world. That's basically what this game show is. And my God, this is probably, I've seen some pretty intense game shows, okay? I've seen some psychologically damaging shows. I've seen Japanese game shows, okay? It doesn't get any better, trust me. But man, let me tell you, this is probably the most extreme American game show I've ever seen, right on top of Fear Factor. And if you think the heat and being strapped to the chair and the shaking was it, oh no, that's not it. They have a whole list of things that they are doing to you inside the chamber as you're in there. They hook muscle contractors to you. They shock you. They remove the oxygen from the room. They flip you upside down. They subject you to quite literal torture for a couple $1,000s. So, what the hell is the premise of this show? I don't know. Money? Yeah. I mean, maybe if it was worth a little bit more money, it may have been a little bit more worth it, but it's basically just your standard average trivia game show with a twist, literally.
Traditionally, who of the following rides on the final float in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? A. Snoopy. B. Santa Claus. C. New York Mayor. D. The Grand Marshal.
It's a guess, but I'm gonna guess B. Santa Claus.
Correct.
Yes!
So basically, the premise of this show is these two contestants answer questions in the beginning to see who gets to enter the chamber. And depending on how the chamber feels that day is how the chamber will feel that day. If it wants to be a hot chamber, it'll be a hot chamber. If it wants to be a cold chamber, it'll be a cold chamber. And like I was saying earlier in the video, you win a very pitiful amount of money for the shit that you put yourself through in this show.
You have won yourself $7,000. You answered 14 questions correctly. And we appreciate you playing, man. You did very well.
Yeah, so basically, you only get $1,000 for each incorrect question. But if you somehow have to come out of the chamber for, medical reasons, or you can't take it anymore, or you answer 2 incorrect questions, they cut your money in half. So if you answer 15 questions, guess what? You're only walking away with $7,500.
If Jennifer provides 2 incorrect responses in a row, the chamber will shut down and Jennifer will forfeit half of her earnings. Now, if Jennifer can somehow manage to answer at least 25 questions correctly and completes the chamber, we will triple her earnings. If Jennifer's stress quotient exceeds 366 for 20 seconds, or our doctor feels Jennifer is in any danger at all, the chamber will be shut down. The chamber will notify Jennifer as well if she approaches her danger zone. You know that if the chamber gets to be too much for you, Jennifer, you can yell the 3 words, "Stop the chamber," and mercifully the chamber will indeed terminate. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah, that's, very pitiful for the shit that you put yourself through in this show. Yeah, no, just because you have to come out of there because of a medical emergency does not mean you get to keep most of your earnings. The only way you can keep all of your earnings is by surviving all 7 rounds. You can only keep all of your earnings by surviving all 7 rounds of the chamber. If you have to come out for a medical reason, they cut your money in half. If you have to come out because you can't take it anymore, they cut your money in half. If you have to come out because you answered 2 incorrect questions, they have to cut your money in half. Yeah, the only way you can actually win any good amount of money is if you make it through all 7 hellish... You basically have to hospitalize yourself in order to win a decent amount of money, which is actually what happened. Now, apologies, I'm going to show as much of this clip as I can, but there is a little bit of a graininess to it, so if you have epilepsy or are triggered by flashing lights, then I would skip ahead to this timestamp right here. But basically, the dude who actually ended up winning the most amount of money from this show was a guy named Scott. He won $20,000 after being in the chamber for over 7 minutes. This dude was in there for over almost 10, I believe. Almost 10 minutes. He was freezing his ass off in there in negative 10-degree weather. He was shivering. You could tell he was totally struggling to answer these questions. He was struggling to breathe. He was struggling to just be in there.
Which of these groundbreaking pop superstars sold out arenas with a 2001 Drowned World Tour? A. Britney Spears. B. Backstreet Boys. C. Madonna. D. Mariah Carey. Britney Spears, A.
And I don't know how he managed to pull through it, but his vital signs show that he was fine. Yes, he dipped into his caution zone for a little bit, but he told them, I just gotta keep breathing, Yeah, that or the medical professionals just weren't doing their job very well. But actually, this dude ended up being hospitalized for hypothermia after the show.
But you got through all 7 levels. Fantastic. 20 questions correct. Not enough for the triple payoff in the chamber, but fantastic job, Scott. I knew Look at the snow in his hair, right there. Unbelievable. You got to keep all $20,000. Yeah, good. I'm good. It's cold. Good. Scott, what was the most painful part of the chamber for you?
The guts make it really hard. You can't hear anything, and it hits your face. You can't read. And then the shock in the calves was really bad. The shock, it was, I don't know if you guys could tell, but I was flinching on it.
And he went on to sue the show because of it, and he won. Obviously. I know they make you, even in the beginning, they make you sign a waiver that says you are fully aware of the dangers involved with going into the chamber. And he still won the court case. So, just goes to show the awful premise of this show. And how, this show genuinely could have killed people. This could have killed people. The dude ended up winning only $20,000, sued them in court, and won how much he would have won if they had just given him a little bit more money, you know what I'm saying? And actually, a new fun fact about this, there was an MLB announcer by the name of Matt Vasgersian. He was actually slated to be the host of this show, but, like any decent human being, he was quite disgusted with the premise of the show, and ended up calling it quits before they even aired an episode. So then they gave the job to this guy who we now know as Rick Schwartz. Now, this was a very, very short-lived game show. This show only ran for like 3 episodes. I believe a total of 6 episodes were aired, no, I believe there was only a total of 6 episodes that were shot, but only 3 ever made it to air because, you know, torturing people for entertainment just is not the type of shit that we want to see. Yes, it's America. Yes, we're fucking dumb. Yes, we may be the stupidest country in the world. Yes, we may be the fattest country in the world. Yes, we may be the most desperate country for money in the world. But, I mean, we don't really want to see people tortured for our own entertainment. It's just not our cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? And I swear, like, I thought Fear Factor was bad. And to be fair, Fear Factor is a little bit extreme. You know, people do some crazy shit for, you know, money on Fear Factor. But man, the shit people put themselves through for just a little bit of money. At least when you win Fear Factor, you're guaranteed to walk away with at least $50,000 between the 2 of you or even just one of you. This show, they have to cut your earnings in half. I mean, okay, I get it. This show aired in 2002. And I get that 2002, like $7,000 in 2002 is equivalent to maybe about $15,000 in today's money, correct me if I'm wrong, but still, I mean, the pitiful amount of money for the shit you put yourself through. I've said it once, I'll say it again. And you can totally tell, as strong as these people were for this game show, it was a whole lot of pain. You could hear these people the whole time just groaning, moaning, grunting, shouting, ow. You know, and then on top of everything they do, the one part that actually got me the most, I was like, they're flipping you upside down in a heated room / cold room and removing the oxygen from the room. Making it hard. The one thing that I'm supposed to do well, you make it exponentially hard to do. So yeah, I don't know how I found this. I was on TikTok and I just saw it. So, moral of the story is just, don't put yourself through torture for money. You know, if you want to put yourself through any kind of torture, go through McCamey Manor. I don't even think it exists anymore, but, you know, McCamey Manor, it's literally no different. You know, you're a little less safe because the dude just won't call it quits. If you call it quits on, at least, I'll give this show credit where it's due. If you want to call quits, you can. You can just say stop the chamber, and the chamber will stop, and they have all these medical professionals watching you. They are monitoring you. They need to make sure you're okay, you know, so you don't, you know, die. But it's just a very bad premise for a show, man. I don't know. Little extreme for a game show in the no, it's not. It's really not. The game shows from 2000 to 2010 were just absolutely over the top. The shit people do for money or prizes is just insane. And it's honestly really good. Honestly, the show, it's very interesting. It sucks you in even though there's only 3 episodes. It's really epic. I bet these people felt so epic watching themselves and to be like, yeah, I'm such a fucking badass. This goes to show, people were so much more ballsy back. People could take a lot more back then. Nowadays, we fucking get offended when someone says the word white. Like, seriously, these people, back in the 2002, these people were throwing themselves into flame and ice. And now we get offended when someone says the word white. My door is white. Oh no, I'm being fucking racist. I might as well go paint it. Oh man, different era, dude. If you were born past the year 2006, you just don't exist. I'm sorry. You just don't. Fight me on it. You don't exist. You didn't live if you have not been born before the year 2006. You missed out on a whole lot. Alright? But, again, whole different era. This was a whole different era. People could take so much more back then. People were more ballsy. People were tougher back then. Nowadays, everyone's all soft and weak. I miss those times. But with that being said, guys, I really don't got any much to say on this show. If you guys want to go check out the show yourself, all 3 episodes are available on YouTube. I'll actually link them in the description down below. The other 3 episodes that were filmed were never aired because allegedly there was an insect chamber, an electroshock chamber that never made it to air, and honestly, probably for the better. Let's just be honest, no one wanted to see that. But with that being said, guys, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Check out all the episodes of The Chamber in the description. They're from a bunch of different uploaders on YouTube. Make sure, again, they're free to watch on YouTube. I believe the only reason that the clip is so grainy on the 3rd episode is because Fox has tried to wipe literally every shred of this show existing out of this planet. They do not want anyone knowing that this show ever exists. Well, guess what? YouTube exists. YouTube is the closest thing we have to a time machine. But with that being said, guys, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in every single day. I will, of course, actually want to give a special shout out to the creator of this awesome thumbnail that you guys see from the video, VineBunny, who is also the creator of the It's Over For Me comic. Yeah, make sure to go check her out. Amazing girl. She is awesome. She makes this thumbnail. She draws awesome art. She makes awesome characters, and she did this for me. It's awesome. Isn't it such a cool thumbnail? Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. With that being said, guys, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in every single day, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Don't put yourself through torture for money. Make your money the old-fashioned way. Get a fucking job. See you guys later. Stay awesome, guys.